Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Delays and welcome back to Skybees. In the last episode, we were working on a bunch of quest type stuff. We were kind of taking it easy, doing some stuff with the, we built this last time? Yeah, I think we built this last time, which is our mob farm. Just a mob duplicator with a bunch of mobs that we've collected. We were trying to collect a bunch of those so that I could fight them between episodes, and I am close with a couple of them. Spiders, we need 2 more spiders and 1 more zombie, and I'm still trying to find a witch to kill, to capture rather. And so we're going to head off to our little platform in just a second because it's night, and hopefully kill the last zombie and last 2 spiders and find a witch. But if we don't, it's fine. But yeah, I've been kind of hanging out, working on stuff. We're going to finish up all the quests with Applied Energistics today. That is the plan. And then in the coming episodes, we are going to kind of start grinding out all of the building, get this base look finish, and, well, get all the stuff for the singularities. Can kind of see what we're missing, what we have. A lot of it is modded bars, modded ingots, and a lot of those don't necessarily have, let's see, steel is in here. Steel, we should be getting a lot of that, but the aluminum, copper, and tin, and bronze, and all that stuff is in here, and we're probably not collecting any of those currently, so that's something to kind of keep in mind. Anyways, let's go see if we can find a witch. So hopefully here soon we can start making our first singularities. Not quite ready to do that yet because we're going to need a lot of things. These zombies really like trying to get to the center for some reason. I actually don't know why. I had an explosion. It wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't cause it. It was a skeleton. But we should be able to just get all of the spiders. Cool. So there is 2 of the mob quests completed. We don't get any rewards for them, which is unfortunate. But we're getting close to not having to worry about that. I just want to see, we're gonna fly really far up and let things kind of spawn. Maybe we'll get a witch. The likelihood of that is pretty low though. Witches are a fairly rare spawn. Just in normal, everyday terrain. I could find a swamp and hope that there is basically the bounding box of a witch hut. That would allow us to get witches a lot easier, but that requires things to happen and us to be lucky enough to find stuff that I don't know if it's even gonna be generated in a void world like this. Sometimes, if you're in an ocean monuments spawn guardians. Well, in a void world, there is no ocean or monument that naturally spawns, but sometimes the bounding box where they would still spawns in, and you can still farm guardians there if the spawning conditions are right. But yeah, it's a complicated thing. I'm not going to bother with that. If we find some witches, that's fine. If not, I will figure out another way. I feel like there is a way to spawn in witches. So, now that that's over, let's go ahead and sleep, and we can get into today's episode kind of properly. So, one thing that I've been doing off camera is making the things we need for the infinite storage part, because this thing is awful. We have the 64Ks. Those go here. And the next ones are the 1024, which is actually a quest. So each one of these we need to collect, and then at the end we turn it into a disc and call it a day. So 256, not 10, whatever the next one is. So 256, I already made them. We have 4 of them. There is the quest completed. And we can start making some 1024s. Now I think that I need, let's see, so 1024s, I need 8 of them. Ugh. That's awful. So these go here. So let's see if we can get 1024s. You know what? Let's actually just tell it to make 10. So if we look at this, we're missing the quartz enriched iron. All right, can we make 8 of those? We're still missing the quartz enriched iron. That is kind of a sticking point, but we're also missing string. However, this, not a bad way to get string, not a great way to get string. We get a lot of seeds, which is kind of awful. There's actually a much better way, and it's not spiders either. I have it in my inventory. It's oak saplings, and specifically, if we just run next to them, we get all these wonderful leaves, and we can populate them with silkworms. And we'll just throw a bunch in here, and we'll come back to this in just a moment, but this is the best way I have found to get string. Grow saplings, which we have a bunch of trees kind of constantly growing over here. So we should have plenty of saplings of all sorts. We could grow spruce trees, birch trees, dark oak trees, and we would be able to get all this stuff. And I went ahead and made a diamond crook, which the recipe for that is pretty easy. It's just diamonds in the shape of a crook. And something else we're going to need to do, by the way, is go ahead and enrich all the skystone dust. Send to skystone, and then we'll deal with that in a minute. But it takes a little bit, but the leaves all get infested, and then we can just utilimine, ultimine, however it is called, all of the... we can throw it on the ground too. We can throw all of these leaves. We can just crook them and then chop the trees down, and we have a little over a stack of string just from 3 saplings and, like, I don't know, a couple minutes. So that is definitely the way I am going to be getting string as we need it for all of the refined storage stuff. We need a lot of this stuff. There is a lot of crafting here. And did I teach the system how to make the withered processors? I did. Okay. So at this point, let's go ahead and get one of these, and it'll craft that. So we'll go ahead and tell it to do that. It'll start working on all of that, filling this up with stuff and slowly but surely making all of the stuff. I might want to make a much better system for that. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. It might be something that's a little bit easier. And something we're going to do is we're going to break this guy. And we're going to break this. Because we need a lot of circuits for all of these things. We're going to try to make as many of these things as we can today. So hopefully we can get all of them done. We'll see. But we're going to need to make a lot of circuits, or processors rather. It's their actual name. And while this system is pretty good, we can actually do it with just vanilla hoppers. And it's not too bad. We just have to be smart about how we place the inscriber. And this is the kind of issue. If we place it like this, it places face up. However, I think if we configure it, can we rotate? Can we wrench? Okay, not with that one. Is there anything? We have a cable wrench. We have an engineer's hammer. Will this rotate? No. Okay, so what I want to try to do is the inscriber has all of these different like slots, and we need to get the bottom one. We need to basically put this on its side. So that's not gonna work. Let's look at Applied Energistics. There might be a wrench. Yeah, there is a wrench that we might be able to use, and it's pretty cheap. So let's go ahead and grab this. And all we need to do is just rotate this thing. Like that. Exactly like that. So if we grab a inscriber press, you'll be able to see kind of how this is sitting. So that is the top of it. So we're going to have things going in both of these sides and on the top. So something like this. And basically, this is the way we can get around the whole, you can't have more than one item in each slot at a time. So we fill this up with acceleration cards, and we're going to just go ahead and make the logic circuits first. We're going to make a full stack. Actually, we can, it doesn't matter, we can do all of these. We're going to make a full stack of them. And if we look at kind of the uses for this, it wants the top to be these. And you've seen me make all these circuits before, the processors before. The bottom is this stuff, and the middle is going to be the redstone. And it's going to just start making these constantly. Fairly quickly, too. So this is what we're going to do. And it's going to finish making all the logic processors. And then we're going to take those out, grab the next set of processors, and then so on. So yeah, that is that. Do we have any more? We do have some more crafting tables, but these are both auto crafting tables. Is that also, yes, so we have auto crafting tables. You know what, well, you can use that because if we look at the quest book, one of the first things we need to do in Applied Energistics that makes sense is we need to make the controller. So the controller is the first order of business. We're gonna need some skystone blocks, and let's just put this here. If it does require auto crafting, it's fine. So we need skystone blocks. Now these are not what we have in our inventory. We actually need to smelt up, how many? 312. And so this is quite simple. We're also going to need 4 steel plates. So 4 steel plates. Let's see what else. 4 pure Certus, machine casing, and the engineering processors. So the machine casing should be pretty easy. We have that on autocraft. And I don't know why it did that. Oh, it caught this when it was moving. Sometimes this game. So we have 2 pure fluix crystals. We can get more pretty easily. Don't I have? Okay, that's 9,000. I was like, I have more than like 90 some of those. So if we enrich these, it makes the pure crystals pretty simple. So those go at the sides. We should have the skystone blocks like so. Steel plates like that. And this is waiting because we have all the logic processors, so that should be done pretty quickly. We have our machine casing. We have 4 engineering processors, and we should be able to make this thing. We can just grab it out of there. So we have the ME controller now. So this is kind of like this block, but for Applied Energistics. I'm not going to talk too heavily about Applied Energistics. If you want to know more about it, go watch Stoneblock, because I actually use this system in this. Shameless self-promotion. That is difficult to say sometimes. Yeah, so I have been working a lot with Applied Energistics, and I believe it's the same version as this one, in the Stoneblock series that I'm currently doing. So go watch that if you want to see what all this stuff does. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the stuff, but not too much because it's not important. So, ME controller done. Let's see. I'm trying to unlock these advanced cards. So let's go ahead and Do I have any more advanced cards sitting in here? No, but we can craft one if I get a calculation processor, so we'll have to wait on that. I just want to unlock stuff, so I think next thing we're going to go ahead and make PDP tunnel and the we can make the basic. Nope, basic cards require calculation processors too. So I guess let's make the crafting coprocessor unit. We're gonna need to make a 64K crafting, but that's fine. We can get that once we have all that stuff. Let's make the ME drive. So ME drive, we're gonna need another machine casing. We're gonna need, this should be almost done. Is there anything else major with the ME drive? Not really. Okay, so there is all those processors. So we're gonna need steel plates. Let's go ahead and make, like, I don't know, 20 of those. Should be good to have. And we should be close with this once we have 2 more steel plates. There we go. Is that a crafting recipe? Okay. So we're going to grab all this stuff out of here. I realize I think I can... I don't know if the clear grid would take it where I wanted it. So it's something like this. And there's the ME drive. So ME drive is the same as the disk drive. Nothing major to say about that. Alright, so that should be more quests. And we can start getting into the components, which same kind of idea as all of these. So let's go ahead and make the 1K. And this is going to require a dissolution chamber with honey. So can we steal this one for a little bit? Probably. Alright, so if we want to make... Let's go all out. Because we're going to need to make the 64K. So we're going to need 3 of these. So that's 9 4Ks, which is 27 1Ks. So we need to make 27 of these. So let's get that recipe ready. And if I need to make more stuff, then I will step aside. So we need Certus quartz of some sort times 4. And 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I think it was redstone times 2. And if we get rid of like 10 of those, that should be exactly what we need. Times 3. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so this should be everything we need. Nope, not how that goes. Those, we can only put one at a time. And that. Okay, so I believe there's a recipe for it. Don't we have a recipe for this stuff? Let's see. I mean, yeah, we do. Of course we do. So let's go ahead and teach the system how to make the 1Ks. And I think it's going to have, yeah, the honey, which is not what we want. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. All right. There's a lot of buttons. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And 1 creates a 1K storage component. And there's the quest for that. So we're going to go ahead and tell the system how to make those. And that needs to go into the dissolution chamber. And we're going to just drop all this stuff back in there and tell it to make 26 more. Exactly 26. So, no problems. That'll just take a little bit of time. It's not going to be able to make anything, but it needs to get through all that stuff first, so who cares? So, we have the storage component. Now, we need to make the storage cell, so we need the storage housing, which is 3 pure, 2 vibrant quartz glass. Okay, so we need to make some stuff. Do we have quartz glass? We do. We have vibrant quartz glass available to us as well. So we need 3 of these guys enriched. And that's really quick. And then what else do we need for the storage housing? 3 redstone. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that is not going to be too bad. Unfortunately, this thing just doesn't have the honey. And I could take it down there, but meh, it's fine. We're going to work on something else while we wait. So we could also make the fluid. Those are going to require green dye and buckets. Ugh. So we're going to need 27 of those as well. Cactus. RG. Okay, we have a lot of RGB, so we're going to need 27 times 2, which is 54 of these guys. Luckily, that's not too bad. And then we're going to need 54 buckets. That's a little expensive, but it's fine. It's just iron. Iron is easy enough. Just so it's 3 stacks plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing here. Now, is it also... It is also the logic processors. But it is no redstone. One, 2 of those, and 1 of those. Alright, and then actually let's get all this stuff and just make 1 so we can tell the system how to make it, and then we'll make the other 26 again. So this should be pretty close to being done, hopefully. You know, the dissolution chamber, this is a industrial foregoing. This is a tier 1 speed add-on. Do we have any other speed add-ons that we could use? No. Where did I put the other one? I don't think it's... If it's in here, we can definitely take it out. Yeah, efficiency 2. Let's just... Wait, no. That's efficiency. I don't care about efficiency. Did we put it in... This guy? No. Oh, it's in the latex. And the latex is full, so we can definitely take that guy out. We'll put the tier 1 in there. Why not? And then this will just kind of help speed things along. Okay. So, we should have 1K storage. We have 17. So, I'll tell you guys what. Let's just jump into something else with all this, and we'll get back to that. So, the next thing we need to make crafting coprocessors These are not too bad to make. So we need a crafting unit, and then a engineering processor. That should be that quest. Then we need to make a molecular assembler. That should not be too difficult. We're going to need some formation cores. We're going to need some annihilation cores. A lot of this stuff should look very similar to things in, well, the refined storage, because they are. It's a very similar mod in terms of same ideals, basically. So let's tell this to make like a couple stacks of wood. And this is the molecular assembler. A little bit more work than the crafters are, but it's whatever. So there is a molecular assembler. We'll get back to making the crafting storage. Something I want to see, can we pop? That's not what I was trying to do. No, so we can't pop the core out. So that is done. We are going to need to make another crafting unit. We're going to need to make quartz fibers so we can make some cables, and we'll go ahead and make another crafting unit for use later. So let's see, we can make some more advanced cards, and then it wants the acceleration cards, right? Which we've already made those, so no big deal there. It wants some basic cards as well. Basic cards are less complicated things. So crafting cards, this allows for auto crafting. It is very similar to what we have down here. No, we don't have that. We just have an exporter. Basically, it lets the system keep stock of something. It will automatically craft things if it can, type of thing. But we just need a crafting table. So let's get that. And that's what a crafting card does. And then the capacity card basically lets things have more capacity. Things we haven't seen yet. Import buses, which work exactly like these guys, have limited inventories unless you use capacity cards to upgrade that. So nothing too major. And it completes that side. Let's get all the cable stuff. So Applied Energistics is much more complex when it comes to cabling. So there's a lot more stuff. We're going to need to get a Certus quartz cutting knife, and we can make a cable anchor out of any kind of metal. Doesn't matter. Then and those prevent cables from attaching, and you can do some other stuff. You can make covers for the cables, make everything look nice. Covered cable, we need wool. So we're going to use some string and just get a stack of wool. Might be good to have. So we should be able to make covered cable. Then we're going to need to make smart cables, which are covered cables with redstone and glowstone. These show channels, which is the kind of big thing with Applied Energistics. The big difference between refined storage and Applied Energistics is the cables you use. So these things, in Applied Energistics, they can only transmit so many like pieces of data. And so it's a little bit complicated. And that should make the housing. Yeah. And then it's 4 of those, 2 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those. So yeah, it's something that's kind of complex, but not too terrible. So storage housing. Grab that. Once again, same with these guys. We can actually just pop that out. And I believe we can use that to make both the fluid and 16. We can use it for the 64. Yes. So it's all the same storage housing. We can put that in there. We can grab the storage component for this. Create that pattern. Tell it to make 26 more. And $26. It's missing 3. It's easier just to type that. Okay, so that will work while we're kind of waiting. And I guess we can get the fluid, the one that is here. We get that piece, and then we can get the storage stuff. So we have a lot more stuff to do, but we'll get there. Alright, so we have the smart cables. Smart cables show you the channels. Something, again, it's very much more complex than refined storage. Refined storage is a much simpler version, but not as powerful as Applied Energistics. So you trade off the complexity for more power. Or rather, you trade off a more simplistic system for less power. You know what I mean. This system, not as powerful, less complex. Applied Energistics, really complex, but you can make really intricate, complicated systems. Really cool stuff. They're fun to, both of them are fun to play with, but we just need to make dense cables, which is 4 of these. And then that makes a dense covered cable, and then we can make the dense smart cable. Dense cables transfer more channels. That's it. Alright, so we have that. How are we doing? I accidentally clicked some block that was really far away. Okay. So we have quite a bit of stuff done. I think what we're gonna do is, let's see, how do I want to do this? If I bring this down here, the problem is power's on the outside, and I don't know that we can get power. You know what? I think we can. So let's go ahead and grab this guy, and we're gonna move this guy downstairs for a little bit. Actually, does it hold the honey if we just grab it like that? No, of course not. Okay, that is actually good. We can move it down here and then move it back once we're done with it. So I guess let's break those. We'll put this right here. It's gonna get the honey. Let's just double check that it doesn't keep the honey. Nope, okay. Because I realized I was not looking at the right spot. I tried to say position and spot at the same time. I was looking here, not there. Okay, so we'll throw a speed upgrade in, and let's go grab our... Actually, how do we get the next tier of this stuff? We don't need to do anything. Alright, so we're going to throw in this quartz glass. Make me like 100 of those real quick. Should be nice and simple. And so if that's the case, we don't actually need this guy. I was mistaken in thinking how to upgrade this stuff. And we can just replace this. Perfect. Alright, so we should get 9 of these. And let's just double check so I don't have to make anything else. We only need the 64K. And it's not quite the same thing. So there is the 4Ks. To get the 16Ks, it is glowstone instead. And we get all 3 of those. And then it's glowstone again for the next one. And there is the 64K. We combine it with the storage cell. We can pop it then back out. And then we can combine it with the crafting. And you can actually not pop that one out. So it's a good thing I didn't do that first. So that is all of the 64K stuff done. And at this point, we have the fluid stuff done. So we have all 27 of these. We already looked at them. We have this, we have that, we have these 2. Alright, so we're going to do the exact same thing for the fluids. Let's just double check. We've got the 1Ks. So 4Ks. We're going to need a lot of green dye, apparently. So let's just get a stack of that. And once again, we get 9 4Ks. 316. And 164. We then combine these once again. And we can pop it out. So that is all of those quests done. There's still other things we need to do, but we've made quite a dent in Applied Energistics. And so what I'm going to say is let's go ahead and end the episode off here. And I'm going to go look for a witch. I'm going to continue working on getting these things. It's going to take quite a bit of time. We need a lot of quartz enriched iron. And honestly, it might be good to kind of take a break from that and go for the singularities, because we can make a lot more progress once we get these things and can get one of these, because this is overpowered. So that is kind of the plan. Next time we might do some astral sorcery stuff. We might do some building. We'll kind of see what I can get prepped and what I can get done and planned and all that kind of fun stuff. Building takes a lot of time, and especially making things look nice, this doesn't. But we'll get there. We'll figure things out, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!